Hello, and good evening. Welcome back to Odyssey, the search for Ulysses. We've made it to the, I don't know, island of Lustrogonians or whatever. Hopefully they're not lizard people. And we, as the player, know, it's called dramatic irony. We, as the player, know that, our friend here, Horicius is in danger.
Hello,
Oh, shit.
friend. Welcome to Lamus. I am Ithamenes.
My name is Tethras. I hope your journey was pleasant. Whatever you
We're
wish,
holding an
just
orgy.
ask, and we can get it.
I
In
am
5
Boros.
minutes.
May good luck be with you. I am
Oh.
sure we can do business together.
Is Lamus just a city of merchants?
Yes.
That is
And other
practical.
things.
There are the Lastrogonians as well.
Oh, Lastrogonians.
We're only here
wow.
because they authorize us to be.
We have to come to an arrangement with them.
But we don't complain.
Oh no, not in the least.
What is your relationship with the Lastrogonians?
Friendly, but strictly business.
We
Oh,
are in charge
pleasure.
of collecting a tax from each boat that wants to transit through the strait.
So, when you want to take the strait, come to see one of us.
We're always ready to do business.
We'll leave you now.
Take the time to think it over.
See you soon.
Oh my god. Okay, we're gonna save it, because I don't want to do that ever again. Ponytail. Ponytail. Yeah, we as the player know that Horicius is in danger. But Horicius doesn't
So,
know.
my friend, you've chosen me in order to pay your passage toll?
No?
Not really. I was just
Oh.
wondering,
Okay.
who are these Lastrogonians who control access to the strait?
They're kind of crude, but very powerful. As tall as 2 men and 4 times as strong.
Damn.
They're the true masters of the strait.
What do you have to sell that might interest me?
As you see, I sell mostly food. Spices, dried meat, drinks. Make your selection. We'll discuss the price afterwards.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry. I don't see anything here that would prove useful for me.
Oh my god, an actual hint.
I'm looking for a friend named Ulysses. I was told that he was a prisoner of the Lastrogonians. Perhaps you could help me find him.
From what I hear, the name of Ulysses is sacrilegious to the Lastrogonians. He who utters it risks death. I don't know if it's your friend
Well,
who's
here I
concerned,
am.
but take care when you speak of him. In addition, if he's a prisoner, there's not much chance of ever seeing him again. I should tell you also that any human caught visiting their land is immediately taken prisoner. Or so they say, for no one has ever returned from there.
And no one has any idea of what goes on up there?
I already told you, nobody's ever taken the risk of going up there, even just to look around.
And that doesn't interest anyone? Not even you?
No. That is, it all depends. What are you ready to pay for a little help?
That would depend on the help you'd be willing to supply.
Oh my god.
Well, if I were to show you a trail known to me alone, which would allow you to approach the outskirts of the Lastrogonian
The
fortress...
first guy you meet just
perhaps
happens
I
to know
might
literally
procure
everything.
That magnificent sword, for example?
Okay. Opt out. Okay,
I am
refuse.
too attached to this sword. I couldn't part with it. I will have to refuse your offer.
Too bad. Come back if you change your mind.
Alright.
What is the toll to pass?
It's kind of special. Every boat that wants to gain time by using the strait must pay tribute. The toll is from 1 to several slaves, depending on the size of the boat.
Oh my.
And as you've been able to see for yourself, it's much better to pay. We, the merchants of Lamus, collect the tax and make sure the Lastrogonians get it.
But how do they know if a boat has paid or not?
That's our job. We make sure that everyone respects the trade agreement. When one of us becomes aware of a vessel trying to pass fraudulently, he warns the guards immediately with a foghorn.
And what do the Lastragonians do with these slaves?
No answer? Okay. So we could go with the spice guy. We could disable the foghorn, maybe. What the fuck? Okay, that was you going up the ladder.
Hail, soldier.
Hail.
Get out of here. You have no business here.
I'm leaving, but I'll remember this.
I'm leaving, but I know your fate, soldier. If you draw a sword on him, he just kills you. Yeah, that's you going down the ladder. This seems like an elevator. Can I approach it? Oh. What is this? Tyler, the ponytail over here. Please go inside. There's shit I can loot. Okay, let's learn from this guy.
What can I do for you?
Nothing in particular. I just wanted some information.
I'm listening.
Who are those people who sank that boat when I arrived?
They are barbarians.
Wait, they
left
sank my
aside by
boat?
civilization. Their only quality is their great strength, but that seems to suit them just fine. They're nonetheless very dangerous, and this island is theirs.
How can I pay the toll to transit through the strait?
In fact, it's really quite simple. You pay a tax to go through the strait, depending on what you're carrying or on your own wealth. Generally, ships pay one or more slaves that I'm responsible for turning over to the Lastragonians.
And what do I risk if I don't pay?
Just being sunk?
And what happens to those who are sent up there?
I haven't any idea, and besides, it's not my problem what happens once they're up there. We've never seen anyone come back down. Maybe the Lastragonians use them for mortal combats. In any case, we never hear of them again. And what difference does it make? They're just mere slaves, aren't they?
Makes a difference to me.
What are you selling?
My specialty is everything in metal. So, if you see anything you like, don't hesitate. I guarantee that the price will be very reasonable.
I'm sure of it, but I like to travel light.
Okay.
I think that one of my friends is being held prisoner up there. He's called Ulysses. Did you see him by any chance?
You know, here no one has friends exactly. If you've got someone you know with the Lastragonians, it's better to forget about him, for you'll never see him again. The
So I've heard.
Lastragonians themselves have forbidden that anyone go up there to see what's going on.
And no one has ever thought of defying that law?
Not for free, anyway.
What would you offer me if I were to ask?
I own a small
I
boat
worked-
with which I could land you on the opposite shore. From there, you could reach your goal more easily. As for the price, I think the sword you're bearing would be most suitable to pay for a service of
Okay,
the
so he
sort.
also wants my
Given
sword?
the risks I'd be running.
Sorry, but your price...
That's a shame.
Yeah, it may or may not matter what's going on. Like, you probably could pick anyone. Like, when you do the filter to make the drink and stuff, like, there's many pots, but you only need to do one kind of thing.
Welcome, foreigner. What do you need today?
Not much just now, but you seem like someone aware of everything that's going on. Tell me, who are the Lastragonians?
The Lastragonians are our hosts, so to speak. This trading post can only exist with their goodwill. Of course, that wasn't easy to
Okay.
obtain. You can't just pluck a whole population from its isolation overnight, but we finally managed to teach them the rules of trade, which they now seem to have well assimilated.
Apparently, to transit through this strait is subject to a certain payment.
The payment by each boat that goes through enables us to supply the Lastrogonians with what they demand, for each ship and for our own right to settle here. Lack of payment implies the wrecking of the boat.
So now that I've arrived, I'll have to pay you in order to stay a little while?
No, there's no need of that. You'll only have to pay if you decide to use the strait to gain time on your journey, or if you want to settle among us. But I think there are already more than enough of us here.
What have you got for sale?
When we decided who sells what, I decided to take care of fabrics, textiles, silks, and so forth. Look at my stock and make your choice.
What I've got on my back is enough for me. Thanks anyway. Actually, I came here mainly looking for a friend. His name...
Be quiet. That name must not be uttered here. Are you sure of what you're saying? Because Antiphates, the king of the Lastrogonians, has put a price on the head of a certain Ulysses. If they've already captured him, I'd be really surprised if he were still alive.
Perhaps, but I have to make sure for myself. Do you know a way I can get to the fortress of these monsters?
I have an idea, but one, I'm not sure you'll agree, and two, it's pretty risky.
Let
I
me
need your
be the judge
sword.
of that. Go on.
What? Oh, for fuck's sakes. Okay, I guess we're just going with this guy's plan. Can you just talk to this guy immediately? Or do you have to talk to everyone first? What was the foghorn about? I have no idea. Did anything mean anything? Why did it bring me to this screen? It didn't say game over. Was that a game over? Okay, do not talk to him about Ulysses. You'd taken as a slave, I guess. And not like some sort of secret...
To what do I owe
What
the
the fuck?
pleasure of your visit?
Hello?
Could I have been selected as the lucky recipient of your toll?
I don't know yet, but you'll be able to give me some information at least.
Okay, we'll save before we talk about Ulysses again.
The Lastrogonians don't seem like very peaceable neighbors.
At least with them, you know what the terms are. I'd rather trade with them than with some so-called civilized merchants. But it's true that if you show too much irony around them, you can expose yourself to mortal consequences.
What is that supposed to mean?
Tell me about this toll for passing through the strait.
For each passage, the ship owner pays a tax, with which we buy slaves, greatly appreciated by the Lastrogonians. It might seem barbaric to you, but here, profit is the only thing that counts, and we're all in the same boat.
What happens to the slaves once they get to the Lastrogonians?
I don't know. And frankly, I really am not in the least bit interested. Maybe they use them as servants, or maybe for experiments. It's not my problem.
How do you find enough slaves to meet the demand?
We're on the only route for the slave trade. Everything comes through here, at least for an annual price fixing. Obviously, with all this activity, we have a vast choice.
By the way, just what do you sell?
I sell everything that an adventurer like yourself could find useful. Amphoras, ropes, lamps.
Amphoras?
Take a look around to see if something tempts you.
I prefer not to burden myself with useless things, thank you.
You're junk. Let's save.
I'm here to free a...
Don't recall that name. But if, as you say, he's imprisoned, that means he arrived here as a slave. And I confess that I never asked their names.
Perhaps a Lastrogonian knows where he is.
Ha! Even if that
Ha.
were true, it's totally impossible to get any information out of those huge brutes. Take my word for it. I've tried myself and got nothing from them.
Even by going up there?
I see what you're getting at, stranger. But the only way to get up there is to be... Hey, that might be an idea. That is, if you really want to go up there.
Yeah, game
Let me
over.
hear your idea, then I'll tell you what I think of it.
It's a crazy idea. A dangerous one. But it could work if you trust me.
Go on.
Imagine that you pretend to be a slave. You leave your things with me. I help you get up there in the cargo hoist. Once up there, you do what you have to do. I'll send you a small boat on the other bank so that you can get back more easily. If you're not back in a week, I sell your things. If you come back, which I hope, the price will be that magnificent sword you're carrying. The price is final, of course.
He might be the best choice, but I'm going to refuse.
No, the risk is too high for the price you're asking.
I don't hold it against you, but if you come...
Okay. Yeah, I might have to go with this guy here. Because at least he has a plan.